Aries, welcome to your What Do I Need to Do reading for August 14th through November 13th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to Sunshine Tarot. Love and support to her, and hopefully you get a chance to check her out, show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. This is intended as a romantic love reading, however, it could resonate in other areas of your life, such as money, friends, family, or job, work, or career. All right, Aries, what do you need to do? What does Aries need to do? What does Aries need to do? Nine of Swords. All right. Okay. This is something you gotta solve. Full disclosure, this I did a whole reading for you, and it didn't record. So this is like the second time around, so I have some kind of, at least from the last reading, and I didn't want to just turn it on and be like, hi, with the whole thing laid out. I was like, you know what, let's just, but the gist of the last one was that, the last one, it was a long distance relationship, and if it wasn't a long distance relationship, you two were estranged, but it was all about you seeing this latest thing that you got out of, needing to heal from it. The star card was right here, and you needed to heal. It was about healing. It was about having hope, having faith, right? And it was about you biding your time and using your time for self-care and healing. We had the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles right here. And we had the Hangman and we had the Chariot with the Seven of Cups reversed. Point being, this was all about someone that might be saying they want things to work out, but they were going about it the wrong way. Like maybe they were too controlling or overwhelming, or they were saying that and they didn't mean it. They really they were just saying that to keep you in position, whatever you want. Either way, a large part of this was you felt like you were left waiting. It was starting to cause conflict. And then you became aware that, you know what, this person isn't what they seem. And it was about you looking at the heartache as being liberated rather than waiting around for this person for answers or trying to understand. And there might have been a little bit of like, you know, the one that got away, but through the course of seeing what this person did, the Queen of Swords showed up, and it was like, you know what? Instead of being emotional about it, you were starting to examine and understand why, and you were starting to transition out of the pain, and you were starting to see things for what they were. And it might have even been indicative of you talking to someone or having wise counsel to help you see what it was. We had the Seven of Swords right here, and the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords, and what was right here? I don't think I got to that one. I don't think I did that one. I don't think I did these two. Anyway, so at first you were kind of broken up about it, but then it was like, wait a second. The perspective on this is about you having a new beginning and being able to heal and focus on self-care and what you want. All right, so that was the last reading. Here we go with this one. Okay, all right. Eight of Cups, the High Priestess. This could be Aries. This could be Pisces or Cancer. Two of Swords. King of Cups, good for you. Death, so this could be Pisces, this could be Scorpio. I read this as Pisces, be Scorpio. Empress, Six of Swords, good. Again, with the moving on, we got swords here. This could be a long distance relationship, but this is about you. We got the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. This could be moving towards someone, but I don't think so. I think this is something's been on your mind, and the last reading that had the two Knight of Swords, this is about you needing to handle it. We got the Emperor here, needing to establish control, security, and trust and stability for yourself. So this could be Aries or Taurus. But this is all, well, there you are, Aries. This is all about you needing to get vertical about your life, because whatever you got with someone is not moving forward anymore. It's not, you two aren't in communication or contact. This could be somebody that's giving you the silent treatment, which is essentially they're teaching you how to live without them, because screw that. And this is about you holding back your emotions and doing the mature and right thing and taking care of yourself. We got leading with compassion. We've got leading with truth and authenticity and doing the right thing. And so you need to look at this. Here's the Death card. My goodness. Death card, and the Two of Swords, and the Emperor. You need to end this. Whatever you're dealing with, you need to walk away from. That's pretty definitive here. That's not my personal opinion, but you know, the silent treatment kind of pissed me off, if we're honest. But you need to end this with this person. And it's time for self-care. It's time for you. Look at this. We got the Emperor and the Empress. Aries or Taurus. So this is about you moving on and focusing on self-care and that which makes you happy, taking care of yourself. It's almost like shucking dead weight so that you can kind of inhale really deeply for the first time and step out and actually feel the sun on your face. It kind of feels like that. Like it feels like you need to step into where you should have been all along. And there's no going back. What's this Eight of Cups about? Eight of Cups. This could be physically moving out of the space you're in right now. And I mean, we got the King sailing away here, so this was going to come out. Three of Swords, heartbreak. So you're probably, I mean, Nine of Swords, Eight of Cups, Three of Swords. Ouch. Something you've just been racking your brain dealing with something. That's probably anxiety. This is a nightmare card, the insomnia card. It's this. So there's been a breakup, but you're having a tough time with it, and this is about something that you need to move on from. I get it. This is, you're not in communication with someone, or they're not talking to you, or they're withholding from you. You're being punished, and that pisses me off. All right, what's this? High Priestess and two. What's this High Priestess? Look at this High Priestess. High Priestess about for. I don't like it. At the very least, it could be that you're just not in communication with somebody that you thought was a soulmate. Maybe you're re-examining, if you subscribe to that term, soulmate. Maybe you're re-examining your relationship. Maybe you're kind of deep in thought about what the heck's really going on. And so we transition from being really heartbroken and emotional about it to kind of suspending emotion. You're going to come to a place where you're able to do that and look at it intuitively. And what does your gut say? Was this really the right thing for you, or a situation? Like, were you really considering how you felt on a soul level, on a gut level? And after that, so there's this emotional departure, which kind of gets transmuted to you deciding to leave things behind with logic and intuition because it's the right thing to do, and you're looking out for yourself. This is about safe passage. Could be with the help of friends or a lot of wise counsel to get you to the other side emotionally. Really sad, devastated here, to being able to move on. This doesn't have kind of that overbearing, mean feel that the other reading did. This could be just a relationship that your time with each other ended, and you might not have been too happy about it. But it doesn't feel as dire as the last reading I did that didn't record. This just feels like it's time to pick yourself up. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I've had a 6-month pity party. Got to get vertical on this. Got to start ushering myself into the new whatever I was supposed to be doing. What's this Two of Swords about? What's this Two of Swords? The Strength card, that could be Leo. It's this King of Cups. Could be somebody. Queen of Pentacles. That could be Capricorn. This could be Pisces. So this, again, look at this. We got the Emperor, we got the King of Cups, we got the Empress. This is all about self-care. We got another self-care here. We got lots of self-care and stabilizing yourself coming up. We got control and stability and abundance and thriving and creativity here. So I don't think this is you with somebody else. I think this is you kind of integrating. We got the High Priestess, which is all about opposites. And it's funny because in the last one, the Chariot was right here, and that was all about opposites too. But the High Priestess, one of the things, it's kind of like logic and intuition. Like it blends those. It keeps the emotion out of it, but it really kind of lets whatever message is supposed to come through. It's a connection to the divine. It's a soul connection. It's being deeply spiritual, silent, letting things, well, I call it bubble up from the soul. I know that's hokey, but that's the way it always feels like. Something starts percolating and then you get the idea. Anyway, point being, this is you moving away from the emotion, starting to figure out what needs to be done, and getting vertical on something, going in the direction that you're supposed to be going in. I don't think this is involved with another person. I think this is you bringing both sides of yourself back together again. I think this is you healing. We have the Star right here in the last one. I think, honestly, I think this is you healing. Both the feminine and the masculine kind of fusing back together. Being your own, don't get mad at me, being your own best friend, being your own, like being able to take care of yourself again after you were kind of knocked out from whatever was going on, after it kind of laid you out emotionally. Well, we got the Death card here. What's this Death card about? Yeah, okay, so it was remember when I said it was kind of like this could be just about a relationship whose time has come, like you two ran your course and it was just time to end things. This is saying that in the future it could be revisited. This is, for me, this is a to be continued card, or one of the reasons to be continued. But this also is, you've been going through quite a bit with this. You've been really processing it, and you're almost done. And the last step is you actually taking action and getting vertical on this, because the emotions are going to leave you. The emotional overlay is going to start to shift and to lift. And eventually you're not going to be emotional about it, but it is going to still be time to follow through with severing the ties, leaving, moving on, even moving house. And it might have been a relationship whose time was come, but this also you've been dealing with for a long time. So this is about reversal now. You've been kind of down and out now you're back on top again. And because of that, now everything's going to open up. We got the Empress right here. So you've kind of just been through this drought or cycle. I don't know what you want to call it, but pretty sad and down. And it's time that's going to lift now. And you'll be able to, it's not that it's time for you to focus on yourself, there's that, but you'll actually be able to, because everybody knows that, I need to take care of myself, I need to be better about this. Everybody knows that. But the motivation to do that, or the clarity in which how to do that, when you're in trauma and drama and all that, it's not very clear. And it's the first thing to leave, right? So this is all about you not only knowing that you need to do it, but knowing how to do it and being able to do it and thriving. So yeah, this is you coming back into yourself. This Empress about. Knight of Wands. Leo. There's Leo here too. Okay. So don't get excited, because I don't know that. All right. Anyway, this feels like you getting vertical and going out there and starting to date again, starting to do things that bring you passion and joy. And this time you find it fitting. You feel, it's not that you're in control of it, but you feel like it feels good to be doing that again. It's what makes you happy. And there's been kind of like that drought for a while, because you've been knocked out because of the, how you felt. But you're going to come full circle on it. We got the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here. And you're going to be able to kind of hold your emotions back, or put your emotions in their place. Your emotions aren't going to be running you anymore like they kind of were up here. And you're going to be able to have things in their proper place, and it's just all going to come together, and you're going to be able to move on and start not just move on from that, but move towards what you want about creating. This isn't just moving. This is somebody who's having fun, and it's almost like, I'm back, and you're off to the races. So maybe you're already here. Maybe you're like, yep, confirmation, yep. So just don't count yourself out. If you have been suffering or dealing with this, an end is coming. One of the things about the Nine of Swords for me is that it's like, well, it can be an ending, but it's also, this is a wake-up call saying you need to handle this. This is you needing to get vertical on it, and you go through dealing with all of this, and you come out the other side glad for the experience, and I'm back, ready to get out there and get after it again. Could be dating, could be working, could be going after a passion project, hobbies coming alive again, wanting to just socialize and be out in the sun again, whatever. But it's you coming back to yourself. What it feels like. Whereas the Five of Swords or the Four of Swords and the Hermit didn't show up. Okay, so we got Five of Wands, that jumped. Conflict and competition. This card was here last time. That was there last time. It was where the Empress was. All right. I'm actually going to pick one that doesn't jump. What else for Aries? That could be what this is too, playful competition. One of the meanings for the Five of Wands is competition that brings out the best in everybody. Like, that kind of keeps everybody on their toes. I could argue the conflict about it, but it could just be kind of friendly, horseplay, roughing around, that sort of thing. Lots of a busy schedule. It could be that. So it doesn't always have to mean, at your wit's end and all that. This could be more like playful competition as well. But this, in the context of this reading, for me, this feels like this is you again, waking up inside again, full of, vim and vigor and ready to get out there. Yay! Six of Swords again. Tranquility ahead. Six of Swords. Yay. Finally getting a handle on it where you're not dealing with the emotional side of it anymore and you're able to think about it clearly and using logic and intuition and possibly wise counsel of friends to help you with safe passage. What else for Aries? Travel. That could be what this is. Moving at a steady clip. A very busy time because of travel and just wanting to make up for lost time. For Aries. What else does Aries need to know? So this is all about you. The other person isn't even showing up here. Really. I mean, there is somebody that you moved on, but this is all about you. It's not about you and a person, really. This is about dealing and processing with the ending, or dealing and processing the ending. It looks like this is an ending that's already happened. It's just been something you've been dealing with for a while. Understandable. So we got Three of Cups. Ooh, there's that, party time, travel. Not party, but you know what I mean? Like Nine of Wands, Three of Cups, getting out there, traveling, going places, doing things, kind of waking up from the slumber that you've been in. And we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Yay. So this is you being able to think logically about what was going on. This is you being able to choose. You're now in a position after all the emotions are processed, you put it in its proper place. You now get to think, be strategic about where you put your energies, about who you involve yourself with. Is it a good investment? Is this going to pay off for me? Yes, I'm loyal, but I don't want efforts to be taken for granted. So now I'm going to start being more choosy about who and what and where I do things. This could also, we got travel indicated here too. Six of Swords could be, and Eight of Cups could be about travel. So this is just coming into a time where you're able to do that, be social, and really get out there and have a lot of fun with friends. Three of Cups, this is very good times, cherished memories with good friends. So you kind of come out of this situation where you were very sad, and then all of a sudden you're just alive and thriving and going after what you want and getting to do what you want to. Mainly travel, I guess. If you like to travel, there you go. Highly indicated here. But I think more than just travel, though, it's about going after what you want again. Feeling alive inside again. Okay. All right. Aries. Wow. It started off kind of, like just needing to get control over. I don't know what happened. It just ended. I hope this was helpful, and I hope everything is okay with you, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.